thought that because you must be tired of doing publicity and having to say the same old things over and over, that we would just stick to sort of defined areas today.
Okay.
What's the worst orgy you've ever been to?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd say...
I've never been to a bad orgy. That's the...
By definition, they're good?
By definition, they're all very interesting. I wouldn't go near one
If it was
without it being...
Yeah. But, you know, somehow I knew that, but I've had the same
I've got
experience.
taste in orgies.
Mm-hmm. You can tell when one's getting off the ground and when it
I don't
isn't.
even enter the area.
Yeah. Boy. Hey, folks, this is real.
I'm not
This is
touching
the
this
good
one.
stuff that you tune in to HBO to get that you can't get elsewhere.
That's
Wait
right.
and see what happens in about 10 minutes when it gets hotter in here. Two of a kind. It's what, is this a movie you'd recommend to people to spend their hard-earned money on? I mean, if
It's
you...
good entertainment.
It's a
It
fun
is.
movie.
Escape from...
Yeah, I think in this year at the end of this year, with a lot of sort of downer type films out, I think this is one of the few that you could go out with a little kick in your heel.
Yeah.
It's an escape movie.
No,
It's
it's
a
an
fun
escape
movie.
movie.
It's,
Does it have some substance, some real chance for acting for you, though? Because it's your first...
Well, do you remember It's a
No.
Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart?
Yes.
Okay.
His favorite movie.
Well, it's not as
it's
significant.
nothing like that.
Sorry, it's nothing like that. Remember The Godfather?
Yeah.
Nothing
It's nothing like that.
Don't have to worry about it being The Godfather. Okay.
But it has that feel, that flavor to it.
It has an old-fashioned movie kind
Yeah.
of feel to it. And it has... We have some great people in it. Oliver Reed and Charles Durning and Beatrice Straight, Scatman Crothers. And it's good and it's
enjoyable,
fun.
it's
It's got a
funny.
great soundtrack.
And Olivia is wonderful in it, I think.
And so's Sean.
Now, you don't mind admitting that you've been in a couple of turkeys, or... I mean...
Orgies I'll
everybody's-
admit. Turkeys I'll never admit.
Most people are the other way around.
I know, well,
Some
this
orgies
is the
have
problem
turkeys.
with me. I open my mouth too much. No.
I know it was an orgy with a turkey, but that's another story. When you look back on one that didn't make it, do you think why are you pressing on my foot? Get off the subject? Is that what I mean? Oh, I see. Okay.
Barbecue.
No, they've been in no turkeys at all. No. But I just wonder, when you look back on one that didn't, I think you've each had one to keep you honest. Can you tell I knew at the time, or did it feel just like the ones that have been smash hits
I knew
when
at
you were
the
doing
time.
it? Did you?
The one I've had, out of the 8 that I didn't.
You're a single Turk.
My single turkey.
Yeah.
No, my batting average has been pretty good, but on that one I sort of felt it was odd.
I think I knew too.
What is it you can feel? Is it just something dead around the set? Is it you knew the script was wrong? Can you ever put your? I guess if you could put your finger on it, people would make only successes.
I think sometimes you don't... While you're making it, you're kind of caught up in it. Even though things are wrong, you think, oh, it'll come out all right on the night, or it'll come right in the mix, and then you go to the first...
Or maybe it's the crew
Screening.
putting all that bird feed around the set.
Maybe it's the constant sleeping on the crew.
The camera, you're waking up the camera.
No, turkey's only a matter of it's only a figure of speech. What were your turkeys? Now, come to think of it.
Oh, there
How
were.
quickly we forget.
Turkey was a natural turkey with...
No,
Stuffing?
the movie that you would not put in the time capsule.
Oh, probably moment by moment would be my...
Yeah.
Mine is Xanadu, because I've made so many movies that I have to think now. Grease, no Xanadu. Grease was all right, wasn't it? Did all right.
Oh, yeah, you bet it did.
You suppose you'll be a team for years,
Yes.
Hepburn and Tracy?
Yes, we decided we're going to make old people's home movies together. Oh, we John.
Yeah, no, we could be.
We like to be.
We'd like to be.
Do you buy the chemistry idea, the fact that there's chemistry between two
Olivia
people?
failed chemistry,
I did.
Olivia dropped out during... Did you have chemistry?
but I
when you-
failed all my subjects, so...
This program, by the way, is not recommended by the National Education Association because 2 of us here dropped out of school
Yeah.
relatively early.
I was
Didn't
15.
we?
How?
Didn't 2 of you?
I did.
Didn't you 2?
Oh, I
mean,
see. What a trap question.
I meant 2 out of 3.
2 of us. Do you
2
see
of
that?
us.
The way-
Yeah, he's well educated, the back east type.
Well, no, I just wanted to see if people could pick out. from whether we thought good or
We used to
not.
beat his type up.
Yeah, I'm the kind of guy you crossed the street when you saw me coming. And probably carried
Really
his books
drop
like
out.
this and had a strap. And
We all
I was-
know that, meaning our education, but what about your education? Really, how well schooled were you?
Yes, we'd
Or
like
are-
to know
Or are
this.
you? What school
Well,
did you go to? Princeton?
You know, I know that's close, but it's
Yale?
so embarrassing. to
Harvard?
me.
Oh, tell
You're not
us,
supposed
come
to
on.
ask me things.
No, we'd like
No,
to
come
know
on.
this.
I did. I went to Lincoln High School in Lincoln, Nebraska, and then
I tried to get in there.
I don't
couldn't
just
get
say
in.
that to impress you. And then
to college.
I went to Yale, but I had a
That's
scholarship. So I don't want you to
That's
think I
great.
was born with a silver spoon in any part of my anatomy.
Well, I won an
That's very
award at
impressive.
Harvard, so I felt
You're man of the year
I was man of the year at
for
Harvard.
the.
That's
and
nice.
I had a little speech I made that I thought that this might help me get in to their school, but I don't really think it acts as credit.
Now, would you recommend to all the young people out there
Harvard,
watching
yes.
now who are your fans, no, not just being at Harvard, but that to drop out of school immediately if they want to be stars?
Now, I was in a theatrical
No.
family, and
Yeah.
I grew up with it, so it
I-
was sort of natural for me. What about you?
Well, my family wanted me to go to Yale or Harvard or at least university, but
Yeah.
because my father was a professor at university and I was brought up in the campus grounds. But so
So
it was
it
a
seemed
bigger
like that
shock
would
to
be-
them as anyone. But I think you just have to do what your heart tells you to do, I think. But I think everyone should try and get as good an education as they can. My mother wanted me to stay on, for sure.
You talked about not having been to a psychiatrist, but feeling that the emotion that comes out in acting probably feels very much like it. Are your emotions quite close to the surface for you when you act?
When I act, yes.
Yeah.
And actually doing this film was a way of really getting in touch with them because I had to use a lot more emotion than I've had to, and being an actress you have to expose a lot more of yourself. So I took my clothes off now. So I worked with an acting coach who really helped me let those feelings show. So I think since then my emotions have been
It was
closer.
interesting watching her go through that
Yeah.
because I felt a lot of feelings from her I'd never experienced in person. You know, it's refreshing in a sense because my feelings are very on the surface. I grew up in a theatrical family, so we were throwing our feelings around all the time. But Olivia, I always felt in person was sort of reserved, and when she was feeling those feelings on the set all the time, I felt it's very interesting. It was.
There was a scene supposedly where you, this has been reported anyway, you thought she could do it better and knew that she had something in her that hadn't come out in that take, and blew a line or something, which gave her the chance to do it again. Does that ring a bell?
Those are little,
Grace did that.
little tricks of the trade, you know.
Or,
It was
yeah.
very
Or
generous,
else-
is what
Or
it
else you
was.
blew a line and then
No, I
claimed you were doing it better.
I blow lines all the time, but I did that on
No, he did. It was
purpose.
very nice of him because not many actors will do that for you.
To blow a line in Greece is pretty difficult since there's only 3 lines in the whole movie.
That's when it happened. But that was.
So-
Would you do the movie for us quickly now, for those who missed it? You said once people don't want to hear that you're nice in real life. Do you remember saying this in an interview somewhere?
I may.
That I just wondered if anyone had come to you and said, "I was so sorry to hear that you're you're
No,
not a,
but I think
a
people-
wretched woman in real life."
I know how that probably came up in that they were always printing things about me that were totally false and negative because they couldn't find anything in my real life that was. They invented things because they didn't want to know that you were a happy person and that you had a good life and you're quite normal. It was not very interesting,
Yeah.
which I understand. I mean,
You talked interestingly about death in something I read years ago. Not that many years ago, but
Rolling Stone?
when I guess 2 people close to you had died. One of them, your mother, in fact, within a very short time. That you had at that age that sudden feeling of I'd better enjoy people and my
Yeah, well,
life.
it's interesting because before I had anyone die on me, I was like so into, like in the film world, I was, oh, give me a Bergman film, give me Last Tango in Paris, give me something where I can look death right here, you know. And then when death really happens to you, you start to say, you know, it's really right there. And now I know it, I've seen it, I've watched it. And I really am not that interested in entertaining those thoughts anymore or